Today, from Levi's Stadium in Santa...
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Purdy looking to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Purdy off the play fake. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And he is down deep into Seattle territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him, and he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Back to throw, Purdy. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Now Smith and the Seahawks going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Geno. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Flush to his right. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Javon Hargrave there on the stop. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Back to throw, Smith, eluding the pressure right. Smith and Jigba with a grab. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the... So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Walker now on 1st and 10. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Off of play action. Here's Smith. He'll buy some time right. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Here's Smith. Escaping the pressure right. Outright to Smith and Jigba. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith rolling to his right. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Purdy completes it to Jennings. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Purdy now to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Purdy will look to throw again here. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. From 17 yards out. And the Niners are able to move back in front. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Jake Moody now for the point after. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. On first down, Purdy. 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing here, Purdy. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jennings. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. Purdy from the gun. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Again, it's Purdy to throw it. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. And this one is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And complete to Smith and Jigba. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Flushed out right. That is taken in by the tight end Fan. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson Smith and Jigba. 44 yards. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Now Purdy, and this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This is Jennings. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has the look of a game that could very well go down to the wire. Just 1 point separating these two clubs at the break. But they're ready for this.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Smith. Flush to his right. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Gino, meanwhile, tossing complete there to Smith and Jigba. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage. I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field, get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone, but the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here we go on 4th. Smith. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. On the give, here's Charbonnet. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Zach Charbonnet. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 8. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3. Now he'll try to run with this. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Give Uchenna Nwosu the credit for the stuff. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Back now here in Santa Clara. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And they'll run it here. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
On 1st down, Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Now it's Smith. Open man, there's Bobo. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A 3-yard gain and enough for the 1st down. He hasn't really had a game to remember, but that conversion right there is something to hang his hat on late.
It certainly is, and in these situations, what you're really looking for is the guy who's not worried about his stats, not worried they didn't get 100 yards in a game, but will make that dirty, gritty run that you have to close the game out, as we just saw there.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Gino. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Shotgun now with Purdy. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Purdy. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
So the road a little tougher here. Now 1st and 20. Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Well, this defense needing a stop here. Got to have it. 3rd and 9. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Here we go. This is 4th down. Here's Purdy. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right there, and that pick six will be the icing on the cake.
Yeah, you don't know how many more possessions you're going to get, so really you're almost at the point of no options. Have to go for it. Bottom line, though, is defenders know that as well. They know you've got to throw the football. Had the right defense call, able to make a nice play on the ball, and that's all she wrote.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
On 1st down, it's Purdy. He's got room to roam. Touchdown, 49ers. Juwan Jennings, 43 yards. And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's open. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Now 2nd and 3. Throwing now, Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught inside the 5. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Geno now to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Ken Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT. And that pushes the lead up to 23. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Purdy with one final shot here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this.